the it girl of our generation. What would you like to say? Nice. Hello friends. Today we are going to be discussing 15 patterns that I would personally classify as having that it girl vibe. Fiber arts community, we've come leaps and bounds, especially since COVID. A lot of young designers, the industry has really kept up with the time, and I just want to highlight some really cool patterns that I'm definitely planning on making. Disclosure, have not made most of these. I think I've made one, but they're all ones that I really do want to make, and they're definitely on my 2025 project planning list. Yeah, I think they just kind of have that little something that I personally look for when looking for patterns. And yeah, what is an it girl? I guess we could start there. To me, an it girl is someone who has that air of confidence, definitely has a very strong sense of personal style. As an it girl, someone that you want to emulate. I think we all kind of have our own definitions of it girls, but to me, when I was looking for patterns that kind of give off that vibe, I think elevated basics, I think solid patterns that you can take and make your own, that create staples in your wardrobe. Some examples of my personal it girls to give you an idea if like you'll like these patterns. Definitely SZA, obviously. Ella Hadid is another, I think, obvious one, and a little bit, those two are pretty universal, I think, universally agreed upon. There's also Neo It Girl, Nikita, obsessed with her. I think she's like the definition and embodiment of an it girl. She can do no wrong in my book. Same with Anthony Bomba, Tuffy Pessoa. Like, these girls, they're just the epitome of it girl to me. So if you like their style, hopefully you'll like these patterns. So yeah, I have 15 total, 5 sewing patterns, 5 crochet patterns, and 5 knitting patterns. A mix of free and paid. And like I said, I haven't necessarily tried a lot of these. I think I've tried 1 or 2. I have purchased others that are on my to make list and hoping to get those done soon, and I'm really excited and just wanted to share. If they're not your style, then hopefully you get at least inspired for something else. And yeah, I'm sure some of these you've seen before, and they're pretty big in the community. I tried to pick some smaller designers as well. All of that to say, let's get started. So first up, sewing. I've been seeing this bag all over my Pinterest feed. I'm sure I'm not the only one, especially if you found this video. Just a shoulder bag, but it has that scrunched handle, and I think it gives a little volume on the strap. I think it's so freaking cute. I didn't find a pattern necessarily for this exact bag, but there is in the comments of this Pinterest pin link to a DIY YouTube video. Now, the video is not in English, but I don't think it looks that difficult. I think a lot of us are visual learners. There's also a link to a blog post in the description of the YouTube video that you can translate to English from there. It's not a perfect translation as these things go, but I think if you have a basic level of sewing knowledge, you can pretty much figure it out, and I'm planning to. I already have my red gingham fabrics. I've just been in love with this vibe. No, gingham's been pretty popular for a while now, but I'm not sick of it, and so that's how I know I can indulge. So that's the first one. That one is free, if I didn't say that. I believe you can pay on the blog post to download the PDF version of the instructions, but I'm not really sure. I think there's enough in the blog post and video for you to figure it out. Anyways, next on the list is the Adelphi top by Sasha Pfeiffer. I am obsessed with this top. I believe this is her first sewing pattern, if I'm not mistaken. She goes by Sa Sews, SA_sews on Instagram, and she has the link to the pattern in her bio. It's just a gorgeous top. She's had a some really great testers and models. It is size inclusive. It's sizes 00 to 42, and in the Etsy listing there are models of every size. You can see how people style it. It's layered, plain fabric, bold fabric, contrast stitching. I think there's a lot you can do with this top, and I think it's a really unique silhouette. And I think especially with what you choose to tie up the back changes the vibe. This sample, I think she was model Annie Pickle. Gorgeous. Obsessed with this cream base fabric with black contrast stitching. Gorgeous. Black trim. Gorgeous. And I especially love the rope tying it up in the back. Gorgeous. So definitely make this. I already bought this. She was running a sale over the holidays, so I did buy it and print it out, and I have my fabric for it. I just need to wash it, and it looks like a great pattern so far. I can update, run into any issues with the pattern, but I'm excited, and I think it looks really great. She does call it an intermediate pattern. One is $16, so that is a paid pattern, but it looks well worth it, especially the size inclusivity. Next up, one of my favorite pattern designers and fiber arts girly is Alexa Kari from Material Girls. I'm sure if you're interested in the fiber community, you already follow her. Probably at least have seen her on YouTube or Instagram. She puts out a magazine quarterly that includes free patterns. She also has a website with everything on there. She has patterns for knitting, crocheting, and sewing as well. So the one that I wanted to highlight for the sewing portion is the bubble hem skirt. I have followed her tutorial to add this to the end of a dress. So for the same bubble hem on a dress, and super easy, super simple. She has the pattern on her blog, but then she also has a YouTube video. So both are free to access. I know, once again, bubble skirts have been in for probably 2 years, going on 2 years now, but for me, I think it's timeless silhouette in my wardrobe. Again, if something's been around for about 2 years and I'm not sick of it, and I've seen a lot of gorgeous variations of it, and I think playing with the volume of it and the length of it is just so fun and interesting, and I think it's a good skill to have in your tool bag. It's free, gorgeous, stunning. Alexa is an incredible designer, and everything she does, I'm just a big fan of. She also has Material Girls World, a social media platform for fiber artists, fiber girlinas, such as ourselves. So if you're not already on there, definitely should join. Okay, next we have the ballerina top by Shay the Label. I just started following her on Instagram as well. She's a very cool designer. I love this top. I think it's so ballerina core vibes, but also if you do it in like a nice black fabric, I think it's such a classic staple with this, with like a low back. It's like a nice twist on a staple. I think it's sexy, gorgeous. It is not as size inclusive. I think it has extra small to large, so standard sizing. But I do believe she recommends light to medium knit, so it is stretchy. So I'm sure it wouldn't be too terribly difficult to grade up if you needed to, or down. I already bought this pattern as well. This one is paid, and it is $9. It's short sleeve. She adds a bow to it. There's just a lot you can do with that, and again, an elevated staple in my book. You'll also notice a lot of these are for the warmer weather. I do live in Chicago. It's the dead of winter right now, and I just do not want to think about it. So, you know that saying, summer bodies are made in the winter, summer wardrobes made in the winter. Okay, I think this is just my way to, survive sad season, is to constantly be looking forward to when I can wear these cute little outfits, because let's be real, I'm not going outside anyways. It's 12 degrees. And last but not least, the pajama short by Rosary Apparel. This one I have made. I think this might be one of two that I've made. I'm sure everybody knows Rosary Apparel here on YouTube. She makes really, really, really awesome, simple, easy to follow sewing tutorials. This is a free pattern as well that she put out. I'm not sure on the sizing. Let me check. This 4 through 24. Packed mine to be lower waisted. I just made them out of a simple white cotton. I think they were so cute. Actually inspired by Bella Hadid wearing a similar style short, and I believe like a blue baby tee, white sneakers, and those cute scrunch socks. So very, very cute. Again, boxers on women have been in for a while, but I really don't see that going anywhere. I've been seeing a lot of different variations on Pinterest, and I think this is a good basic pattern to kind of have in your arsenal. They're super comfy. I wear mine all the time. Her video breaks it down very easily, very beginner friendly as well. And it does include pockets, biggest sell of course, and that wraps the sewing pattern sections. First crochet pattern that I have been obsessed with and been eyeing for a long time. I did already purchase this one as well. I think it is so dang cute. I've seen it all over Pinterest. I'm sure you have too. I'm not sure how the designer is pronounced. I think it's Ilios. It is their mesh tank top. And they have a mesh and they have a solid version if you're not into how gappy the mesh version is. But it is just a basic tank with a tie back, but then a very cute ruffle at the bottom. It's kind of a higher neck tank silhouette. Shouldn't be too complicated for beginners in terms of getting the fit right. I think this would be so cute in like a nice cotton. Worsted is what I'm planning on at least. She has this really bright yellow color. It's just so cute to die for. Obsessed. Also has some really cute other designs. So that one is paid. You can either buy the mesh or the classic pattern for €7.49, or you can buy the combination of the two for €11.99. There is no size information on this one, not that I can see on the website, but yeah, very cute. Been obsessed, will be obsessed until I finish it. She estimates it about a 4-hour project. Next up, the Ada Hobo Bag. Stunning, gorgeous, love, obsessed. Shoulder bag once again. It looks like it's made with a bobble stitch. I just think the texture is really interesting. I think the brown leans a little bit more beachy. The black leans a little bit more modern, contemporary. I think the white is just a little bit maybe more girly. I think there's a lot you can do with it. You could probably get creative. I saw someone put pearls in between each of the bobbles. I thought that was really adorable. This silhouette of shoulder bag I think has been in for a while. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. And this one is $4.10 on Etsy. Yeah, on to the next. Another Alexa Cart Material Girls pattern. Cluster stitch scarf. So cute. She did say it took a while. It's a scarf. Scarves take a while, unfortunately. But I love. I think the color she did makes it look really fun and funky. It would be like a great pop in the winter. I mean, I tend to wear a lot of black all the time, but especially in the winter. And if you do it in a fun color, I think that could be really cute. I wonder what that texture would look like monochrome. I know that's kind of not the point. I would probably do black and white or black and tan. I've been really obsessed with lately. It's on her website, and she does also have a video tutorial on YouTube. I guess there's a warm weather pattern in here after all. There's actually 2 scarves, I believe. So for the winter girlies. Next up, we have the Simple Crochet Velvet Top by Malto Crochet. Gorgeous, so cute. I think this is like a great example of like elevating crochet. I think crochet gets a bad rap, as we all know. It's kind of like beating a dead horse at this point, but crochet garments tend to have a reputation of lacking in sophistication, and I think this is a great example of like how you can really elevate it. And I'm sure there's plenty of modifications you guys could think to make. I'm not sure if it's made to measure. I'm assuming so, since it's a video tutorial. But yeah, it looks really cute and sexy, and we love that. So now Crochet has had her year this year, last couple of years actually, but with the Miu Miu bag. Miu Miu especially has been releasing a couple crochet pieces. The polo is really cute as well. Speaking of the Miu Miu Polo, just kind of the inspiration for this next one, we have the Crochet Polo by FTK Crochet on YouTube. It has like 50,000 views already, so odds are you've already seen this, but I thought this was really, really cute. There's not a ton of crochet polos out there, which I have been in search of because, one, the Miu Miu Polo, we would love to recreate something similar. Also obsessed with the kind of jersey blow cat trend that was happening, I believe, last spring, maybe last winter-ish. I think it'd be really cute to make like a crochet jersey, and this would be a good base to start with. A relaxed fit polo pattern. I think you can do endless varieties of that. You can continue the sleeves, make it long sleeves, make like a rugby style shirt. I think that is super cute, very in as well. I think this is really cute, and the fact that it's a free video tutorial is incredible. She's been really responsive in the comments as well to people asking her questions. I think that wraps up the crochet pattern. So no crochet bottoms, but honorable mention is, I think everyone has seen it at this point, but the crochet shorts tutorial on TikTok by the user named Kyra Allison has a crochet shorts pattern tutorial. So easy to use. I've made multiple pairs at this point. Honorable mention to get some bottoms for Crochet Girly. On to our knitting patterns. So, first and foremost, the It Girl of all It Girl patterns. I think it took Pinterest by storm. I want to say last winter, but it is the Future MILF top by Camille Winneberg, perhaps is how you say your name. Is a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous designer. If you don't follow her already, you definitely should. But her Future MILF pattern has been everywhere for the past year, rightfully so. I think it's kitschy. I think it's modern, futuristic looking with the hood and the ribbing and the fit of it all. And then especially the high contrast between the cream and the black duplicate stitching. I just think it is such an effective piece. I think it's so, so, so cute. I already purchased this one as well. I believe this one is $11.75 in American dollars, US dollars. It is only small, medium, and large, so a little bit size limited, but I also want to point out she does have the Knit for Palestine collection as well. I believe it's like $7, but all the proceeds go to relief fund to help the survivors the genocide over there, which is phenomenal. And I did make that one, and I think it only took me, a couple hours, maybe 4 max, including the entire chart. And it comes with 3 different charts, and yeah, special shout out for that. She is incredible. I'm sure you guys already know about the MILF pattern by now, but I still had to include it because it, to me, is like the definition of like an it girl pattern. There's a little bite to it. It's very well thought out. Design is unique and still wearable, which all checks off in my book. Okay, next we have the Armor top by Ronti Studios is what I want to say. Ronti. This one obsessed with. I think it is, I said at the beginning of the video, the definition of the elevated basic. So this looks like it is very size inclusive, extra small to 5XL as the size range. $13. And it's made by 2x2 rib stitch. And I think this is just truly to die for. It is a classic, but like I said, definition of an elevated basic. It is so wearable, but so unique, and so something I would gravitate towards in stores. And I really like both the long sleeve and the short sleeve version. Even the sleeveless version is just like a very wearable piece. And I think getting 3 different, I hesitate to say 3-in-1 because I know how people feel about that kind of branding when it's just continuing or not continuing the sleeve. But I do think for this one in particular, there is 3 distinct looks that you get from each of those variations. So, and with the size range, I really don't think we can complain at that price. She shows it cropped, short sleeve, long sleeve, full length, and sleeveless. This is another one that you guys I'm sure have already seen, but couldn't not include it, just like the future MILF. Knitting, I think, has a, I don't want to say a tighter knit community, but maybe. Anyways, okay, another Alexikari pattern. Had to include one for each discipline, as she does each discipline. It is the It Girl scarf on Material Girls. Again, it's a scarf. It probably takes a while, but it is just so stinking cute. The color work she did makes it like a nod to like a gingham, but with, in my opinion, more sophisticated color palette. I love the color palette she chose. I would probably try to do something similar if I ever attempt this. Scarves are my worst nightmare. They're just so boring and take forever. And while I think the payoff is great, I think the process starts to outweigh it at a certain point for me. But it does look gorgeous. It looks very approachable. And I think the color work makes it a little bit more sophisticated than what we normally see out here. And that is, once again, a free pattern on materialgirls.com. Okay, next up we have the Knit Pants tutorial by Victoria Russo. She has it tagged as beginner friendly as well. I have yet to dive into this one, but they are so cute. I think it's 2x1 rib or 2x2 rib all the way down. A pair of pants. I know I just said I couldn't do a scarf because it takes forever and it's boring, but I still haven't tackled pants, but I think I could do that over a scarf, which seems insane, but I think the payoff would just be more worth it to me, and I would probably wear them constantly. There's no rules that says you have to keep going. You could easily make these into a pair of shorts as well, and I think I like that versatility of it. I think it's a good basic. I could see like the Row or one of those Quiet Luxury brands, even though Quiet Luxury is on the way out, I'm well aware, but this is just a nice elevated staple even if you don't wear these outside the house. It is free video tutorial as well. And then last up, our last pattern on the list, and the second pattern that I have tried. This is the Big Head Hood by Sad HBH Knits Shop, or Sad, I don't know how to say it. Sad HBH Knits Shop on Etsy. I think it is really adorable. It's a nice compromise if you don't like the balaclava trend but live somewhere as cold as Chicago or colder, or maybe not as cold but you still get winters and you're just sick of hats. I don't know, I'm all in on the balaclava trend, but I really like this hood trend because I'm a big hoodies fan. Not that balaclavas aren't cool, I think they're cool, but I think people are a little bit over the novelty of it and a little bit over the babushka tendencies around it, and I think the hoods are a little bit more of a modern take on the balaclava. I know we've seen a lot of modern balaclavas at this point, but there's just a really cool relaxed fit to this one in particular. It has drawstrings, so you can keep it a little bit tighter, a little bit more fitted so it stays up. But I think when you, at least from the pictures, I'm not done with mine yet, but I'm almost done. I'm on the bottom ribbing, and then I just need to cast off and make the drawstring tube in the drawstring itself. But I think wearing it down looks really cool. I did a little bit of color work with mine and used some mohair, so hopefully it's fashionable and utilitarian. And this one is $4.53. There's only 2 sizes, medium and large, but I think, and once again with all of these, you do your gauge swatch, figure out your measurements, and I think you could take it from there. I think the medium and large are pretty big, or pretty what's the word, I don't know how fitted you need your hood, I think those are pretty universal sizes. So yeah, that's the end of our video today. Hopefully you found something you're interested in. Hopefully if you didn't, you at least are nice. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you got some inspiration for your next project, and let me know any of these you're going to try, or if you've made any of these so far, what you would recommend. And yeah, see you later. Charlie, you want to say anything to the people? She's resting.